All right, let's talk a little Florida State Seminole recruiting because FSU, they have a shot to impress this weekend. We're talking Alabama versus Florida State in Doak, going to be rocking, and there's going to be some big-name visitors. One that jumps off the page to me is actually an official visit. I thought official visit season was over. June, we thought we saw them all, but Miami commitment, edge Ashari Charles, is taking an official visit to Tallahassee that weekend. Is it telling that he's taking this very first weekend to go take an official to FSU?
It just means that Florida State's alive in this recruitment. Ashari Charles chose Miami over an offer list from coast to coast. Mizzou's still involved in this recruitment as well, so he's keeping a couple schools warm. But this is a tremendous opportunity for Florida State to obviously come out and show that this program's ready to quickly wipe the taste of 2 wins out of their mouth and bounce back to a program that was competing for ACC championships the year before. And if you win the ACC championship, Josh, what's that mean?
That you are heading to the playoffs.
You're in the playoffs, and that's where Florida State plans to be annually. And they are in these recruitments, but some of these kids like Charles want to see it on the field. No bigger test than Alabama week 1 at home for the Seminoles to come out strong and show that this program is ready to bounce back. I think that they're in this recruitment, so we'll see what happens moving forward. Mizzou also getting involved. Florida State also recruiting his teammate Johnny Jones, UCLA commit, Rivals 4-star offensive tackle. I don't think he's going to make it this week as originally planned, but the Seminoles will keep trying to chip away at the Bruins in that recruitment as well.
Yeah, and, I wonder if Miami tries to combat this with Ashari Charles by getting him on campus Sunday night for that home game against Notre Dame. Just something to watch. I don't know if it'll happen.
21 of 22 Miami commits expected. Jackson Cantwell, the only one not expected Sunday night.
Right. So Miami's going to say, hey, yeah, sure, go on, Ashari. Go watch Florida State maybe get beat by Alabama and then come back home and watch us play Notre Dame. So we'll see what happens there, but some good gamesmanship happening if they can pull that off. All right. Florida State coming off of the flip of Isaiah Williams. Who else are the Noles in good shape for right now?
Well, here's a familiar name, Josh. Jonah Winston, receiver at Hoover High, younger brother of Jameis Winston. Do you remember Jonah Winston, Jonah Winston, when you were covering Jameis, the number 1 quarterback in the country?
Jameis was the class of 2013, so I imagine his brother was maybe 3-4 years old back then. I think I remember him at the commitment ceremony, but I don't remember him as a prospect.
Well, he's a target now, had almost 800 yards of total offense as a junior, 8 touchdowns for Hoover High, one of the powerhouses in the state of Alabama. He's got a decision date for August 30th. I think he's going to end up at FSU. So a playmaker coming Florida State's way potentially in the 2026 class. This is a class that ranks number 15 nationally, despite 2 wins. We saw the way Florida finished on the trail last cycle. If Florida State gets hot, it'll be fun to see who they come back around on and try and flip, because they are in the game from a modern recruiting standpoint. These kids just want to believe that this is a place where they can get developed, play at a high level. Mike Norvell goes out and hires defensive coordinator Tony White. Coach Terrence Knighton's on the staff now, Evan Cooper. They've hired some guys with some defensive pedigree to help turn this thing around. And they offered DeMod Lewis, a defensive lineman from Charlotte, on Sunday. If Florida State's on the gas there, I think they'll have a chance to land DeMod Lewis as well.
All right, Jonah Winston. Also, Steve, he has a chance to win the Heisman. You got Jameis Winston, Chris Wenke, and Charlie Ward. I mean, the only way you can win a Heisman at FSU is with a W in your last name. So here we go. We'll see what happens. All right. Speaking of believing in this program, number 1 quarterback Kavian Bryant of the 2027 class is expected to be in Tallahassee. Because he was also on campus in the summer. Now he's here for week 1. How has FSU gotten a foot in the door for Kavian Bryant?
Well, Florida State, they do a great job of recruiting top targets, building meaningful relationships with them, and these coaches have exciting resumes. Mike Norvell has done a great job of developing quarterbacks and having a fun, exciting offense to play in, and Kavian Bryant was one of their early targets. They're one of the programs that's built a great rapport with him. He's very high on Florida State. He's talked about their history. You brought up Charlie Ward. He knows that Charlie Ward was a terrific 2-sport athlete, and Florida State is offering him the opportunity to play basketball and football, and that history and being part of it is exciting to him. And seeing Florida State turn around would be a big deal, because right now momentum is with like Texas and Texas Tech. But if Florida State can get it ripping and roaring, it is a very advantageous quarterback situation for him as well to come in and maybe be the guy very early in his career. So Florida State is an interesting team to watch. They got to go out on the field and do it. They're doing all the right things with Kavian Bryant off the field, loves the staff, trusts them, likes their history, their pedigree. Charlie Ward, just that tradition. It's all in place. They just got to go out and play well. He picked a game to show me everything you've been telling me. We'll see how they look on Saturday, but the Seminoles very much in it for the number one quarterback, Kavian Bryant.
Yeah. So last question here for Florida State. How important is it for FSU to beat Alabama? Not just when it comes to 2026 names, but 27, 28 as well.
Well, I hate to say it's a must-win game because I don't think it's a must-win game. And now it is a must-win season. The Seminoles need to be competitive in the ACC and play well. Have an exciting brand of football. Show that your culture's still in place and guys are flying around having fun on both sides of the ball, and that the trajectory of this program is on the up and up. And we saw Brian Kelly have a 4-win season at Notre Dame and turn it around with some staff changes, like bringing in Mike Elko. They won 10 games the next year. Jim Harbaugh, they had that miserable COVID year. Everyone on the Michigan beat firing Coach Harbaugh. They didn't think they were going to need any more of those relationships. Most people on the Michigan beat, not everybody, didn't think they were going to need any more of those relationships. But Michigan retained Coach Harbaugh, and the rest is history. They won 3 Big Ten championships in a row and won the national title, proved all doubters wrong, including I didn't know they were ever going to win a national title, but if you stayed, you were going to be a champion at Michigan was always mantra, and it was true. And so we've seen turnarounds, and so Florida State's a program that is a powerhouse as well. They made some coaching staff changes, so we'll see if the Seminoles can get it right. A 10-3 season would be very exciting for the Seminoles. I think 9-4 is where they would have to be to close strong to have a chance of closing strong on the trail. But 10-3, Florida State standard should be 10 wins every season.